What's going on, y'all? Big Stacks Porzingis, PB the Plug, number one Knicks fan in the world, Mr. Know-It-All. Let's cut right to the chase. I just watched Game 6 between the Utah Jazz and Oklahoma City Thunder. Utah was up 3-2, trying to close it out on their home floor, and Oklahoma City was trying to take it to Game 7 back to Oklahoma City and possibly come back from a 3-1 lead. So, it literally just ended. All of this is fresh. The box score is on my phone because I gotta get all the stats right. They're not embedded in my head yet. But anyway, just to go over a couple things in case, anybody missed the game or, missed a certain part or whatever. Game starts off, just real slow, pretty even. Score was around 11-10. That was a particular score I remember, just to show you how, even. Nobody really got out to a fast lead. Anything was real slow to begin with. After like the first time out, the first group substitution, we go to commercial break. It comes back, and apparently Ricky Rubio is out for the game. It looks like a normal sub. They go to the TV commercial. We come back. They inbound the ball, and we get word that Ricky Rubio is not returning with some type of hamstring injury that just came out of the sky. So instantly, Twitter goes up. People are saying, oh, so, you can just count this game goodbye, kiss it goodbye, the Thunder got it. People just caving in early. That's what people do all the time. Just like the other night, I'm pretty sure a lot of people turned the Thunder game off and they were down 25. That's just, it happens, whatever. Even me, I didn't say the game was over or anything, but I made a little tweet with a Russell Westbrook gif or gif, whatever however people pronounce it. Of the when Russ was like, oh, that's pretty interesting, because it was pretty interesting. The injury came out of nowhere, and it was something big, because Ricky Rubio has been playing his ass off, and some can even argue the fact he's been outplaying Russ. So the game's been going on. The Thunder get like a 10-point lead, 11-point lead. They're coasting. The Jazz fight back. They start hitting some threes. Of course, Russ goes to the bench for a little while. PG goes to the bench. The Jazz kind of get back in the game. They basically tied up before halftime. They go into halftime with a tie or a small lead, something like that. And then the third quarter becomes the Donovan Mitchell show. He literally can't miss. He put up 20-some points in the third quarter. I want to say 20 exact. I could be wrong. He's hitting threes. He's hitting scoops. He's hitting trick shots. He's hanging in the air, and he hitting everything. Phenomenal. Hats off to him. Phenomenal. And then Russ is on the other end. Nope. Russ is just coming right back at him. Every point Donovan Mitchell scores, Russ is coming back hitting a three. Russ is hitting another three. Russ is going to the hole. Russ is getting an and one. Russ is doing everything. No, there's no help. Russell Westbrook's help is non-existent. And then Utah Jazz, they just let Donovan Mitchell go. His help came periodically throughout the game when needed to be, but specifically in that third quarter, everybody just got out of his way. And I can't blame him. He put on a hell of a show. I really enjoy watching that from here. Fourth quarter, after Game 5, and we saw what happened, never die. They never die. The Thunder have the never die mentality. And so, of course, if they just came back from a 25-point lead, they're not going to let a little 10-point lead hold them off. So, of course, they keep fighting back in the fourth quarter. Russell Westbrook still by himself alone, making play after play down the stretch. Here and there, you had big plays from other Oklahoma City players, and it did not come from Paul George or Melo once. Steven Adams would have a little floater here. He'll have a little dunk here. He'll hustle for a rebound, tap it out. Raymond Felton hit a big corner three. Jeremy Grant hit a big corner three. And those guys were fighting. Raymond Felton got his hands on a lot of balls on offensive glass. Same with Grant and Adams. They worked their ass off to keep the Thunder in the game and to give them shot after opportunity after shot opportunity. And then, the game was getting real chippy and real close, and it was slowing down. And, y'all going to see the play. The play is going to be, if you haven't seen it already, it's going to be one of the most talked about plays for the rest of the year. Paul George pump fakes. Rudy Gobert jumps. Paul George goes and get the contact. No call. How is this not a call? I don't know. I can pull up 1,000 videos of James Harden. Anybody. It don't even have to be a star. This is not even a star type call. It's literally you pump fake, the guy jumps, and you go up. When he jumps and he's in the air, he's going to come down on you, give you contact. It's an automatic foul. We see it all the time. We see it all the time. All the time we see it. Guys have made a career off of that. Kobe Bryant, one of my favorite players of all time, made a career off of that at the last part of his season. The mid-range head faking. The guy goes up. How many times in these playoffs have we seen Dwayne Wade against the Philadelphia 76ers pump fake to get Covington in the air, and he go right in him, and it's a foul every single time? How is it not a foul on that play? I do not know. I do not know. And I'm not a guy that tries to complain about officiating, or I never say, oh, they cheated for them, or he was lucky. I'm not one of those people. I just say, hey, basketball is basketball. That's just. But that right there is one of the craziest plays I've ever seen in playoff history. I've ever seen. And it's not like Paul George is Jeremy Grant or Raymond Felton. He's an all-star, perennial all-star player. A perennial all-star player. One of the best players we have in this league. Arguably top 10, depending on who you ask. How does he not get that call? I don't know. It's blatant. It's one of the most obvious foul calls that we've ever seen. Crazy. You know what I mean? Crazy. It's getting me heated just to talk about it, because whether you were going for the Thunder or not, whether you're a Jazz fan or not, we were just robbed of a good game. You know what I mean? If he gets that foul call, I'm probably not even making this video right now. I'm probably still watching the game. We were just robbed as fans of basketball, because at the end of the day, no matter who you're rooting for, no matter who your favorite player is, you're going to root for certain people. You're going to want this person to do better than, of course. But at the end of the day, as a pure basketball fan, if that's what you are, and that's what a lot of people claim to be, all you can ask for is good basketball. That's all you can ask for. At the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. Every year when the finals come, I'm a Knicks fan. My Knicks ain't in the finals. We haven't been in the finals since 1999. I was 4 years old. I don't have a favorite going into the finals. All I ask for is that we get great series, great games. That's all I ask for. You know what I mean? When the Warriors were up 3-1 and the Cavs came back and won that Game 7 in Oakland, the block and Kyrie with the shot, that's, as a basketball fan, that's all you ask for. Whether you're a fan of Kyrie or you're a fan of Curry or you hate LeBron, that's all you ask for is good game, a good basketball game and a good series in the playoffs, and we were just robbed of that. Crazy. And after that, you know, I expressed, you know, who I was going for. You know, I predicted, like I said, I'm a Knicks fan. As everybody knows, the #1 Knicks fan in the world. But since the beginning of the season, since the first podcast of Through the Wire, I predicted the Thunder to go to the finals. You know, and I predicted the Thunder to go through the finals, and I stayed with that prediction throughout the season. You know what I mean? When they were struggling at their lowest, when they were winning games and got on a win streak and were at their highest, when Melo was at the ground struggling, when Paul George was struggling, to when Paul George got hot, I remained consistent throughout the entire season. That's who I have. I was pretty, you know, open about that on Twitter. You know, and I've been one of the biggest Russell Westbrook supporters for a long time. But you know, since the podcast come, I've let it be known I'm a big supporter of Russell Westbrook. Part of it is because of what I'm about to talk about, and so because of me expressing how I felt and how I had them going to the finals, of course, when this happened, my mentions and Twitter exploded about this situation itself, just because everybody knew it was a foul. You know, no matter who you were going for, whatever, only a person who's going to sit up there and lie to themselves is trying to say it's not a foul. It's something that you can't even argue. I won't be surprised tomorrow if the NBA comes out with a statement saying, yeah, we reviewed the play of Game 6 and it was a foul on Paul George. But they can say that shit. But anyway, I didn't respond to everybody. I'm usually a person that's quick to respond or talk back on Twitter, but not tonight. Took 5 to 7 minutes, and I just scrolled through my timeline. I read my mentions. I was just looking through, seeing what people were saying. 90% of the tweets were blaming Russell Westbrook. Paul George is one of my top 5 favorite players in the game right now. On a very short top 5 player list, he's one of them. Along with Porzingis, Lonzo, Zach LaVine, Paul George, Ben Simmons. For my favorites. So, you know what I mean? But no matter how much I like a guy, I gotta be honest. No matter, you know what I mean? If I like you a certain much, I gotta keep it real with you. If I didn't keep it real, I wouldn't be doing you a service, or I wouldn't be doing you justice. I would be being fake. 2 for 16, 5 points, 6 turnovers. That's just the box score. But even just watching the game, second half, fourth quarter, win or go home, elimination game, back is against the wall, not aggressive, didn't look for a shot, deferred, get the rebound, go to Russ. Plenty of times. Raymond Felton, they get the rebound, they kick it to Paul George because they know he's one of our stars. He's the guy that can make it happen for us. Paul George gets it, throw it to Russ. Time after time, just throw it to Russ. I don't want nothing to do with this. Lack of aggression. Russell, you go. You go. I don't want nothing to do with this. And it breaks my heart because, like I said, he's one of my top 5 favorite players, if not one of my favorite players. This year he had a new role as a number 2 option, so it wasn't the same as before when he was my number 1 favorite player. But still, nonetheless, he's still one of my favorite players, and that was just heartbreaking to see him just defer like that and just, you know what I mean? Because it's like 2 for 16. Who cares? We seen Dirk against the Heat. He was shooting bad, and he came out. He didn't stop shooting, and he ended up winning them the game. You know, competitors, fighters, we don't give a fuck about a box score. We don't care if, you know, that's what I'm saying. And that's my argument about Russ. 90% of the tweets are blaming Russ. Everybody has this hate for Russell Westbrook because he shoots 19 threes or because he shot 39 shots. Who else on the Thunder team did you want to take those shots? If Russell Westbrook doesn't take the 39 shots, they're not even down 3. The game is over. This shit is just crazy. And this shit is crazy. I don't really understand it. I don't get it. You know, that's what people ask for. People go on Twitter right now and it's gonna be a bunch of people saying, man, Paul George he folded, he quit it. And then it's gonna be those same people that saying Paul George quit or he didn't play hard, he's still in Oklahoma, he didn't appear, he didn't show up, are the same people that saying Russ did too much. So it's like, what do you want? Do you want a guy to give his all? Or do you want a guy to fold under pressure and just not show up at all? What do you want? People don't have their minds made up. You know what I mean? Because Paul George and Russell Westbrook in that game 6 were the exact opposite. Russell came in with the competitor mentality, Mamba mentality, whatever you want to call it. Failure is not an option. I will refuse to lose. I don't give a damn how many airball threes I miss, how many free throws I miss, how many times I fall to the floor, how many times I get hit upside my head. It don't matter. I'm going out swinging. And Paul George did the exact opposite. He went 2 for 16. He got cold and he folded. He tucked it in. He just said, you know what, it's whatever. And even in his good game in Game 5 in the comeback, Russell Westbrook ignited that comeback. Paul George didn't start getting his groove and start coming into the game until Russ ignited that. It took Russ to take over that game. You know, Paul George was just going to call it in. When they was down 25, Paul George was going to be like, you know what, it's over. We down 25. We lost. You know what I mean? And it's just whatever. He was just going to call it in and mail it in and just say, fuck it. You know what I mean? We tried. Russell Westbrook ignited the comeback. He gave you that push. He kept shooting the threes. He's not a good three-point shooter. We all know that. He don't give a fuck. He's shooting it because who else will? If I don't shoot it, who else is going to shoot? Everybody talking about, man, 39 shots this. Who the fuck else do y'all want to shoot the ball? Y'all saying Melo was washed, right? So do y'all want Melo to shoot 25 plus shots? Because then if he shoots them, y'all will be like, why is Melo shooting as many shots? He's washed. He's terrible. Why is he playing? What are he doing? Steven Adams is not a center who's going to shoot 20 shots a game. Abrines is just a spot-up shooter. Jeremy Grant is a hustle player. Raymond Felton. So who else do y'all want to shoot the ball? Paul George is mailing it in. He don't want it. And it's like, damn, it's just an unfair criticism on Russell Westbrook. Because when Kobe do the same performance, is brilliant. It's brilliant. And I'm a Kobe fan, so I know firsthand it's just brilliant. And my main part of this video is just to explain, you know what I mean, the unfair criticism and hate against Russell Westbrook. It just doesn't make sense. Why you hate Russell Westbrook? Y'all just so infatuated with the triple doubles and so quick to say stat pad and this and that. And it's like y'all just letting this brilliance and this heart and fierce competitor that we rarely get to see in sports. Y'all letting it go by just to hate for whatever reason it is. I don't get it. And it's just like, as a basketball fan, it's hard to just think that you just hate, like, anybody that's great in the league. Give me that, man. It's the same thing with LeBron James. People hate LeBron James. Like, how can you hate a player that great if you really love basketball? As a basketball fan, when you get to see something great, we talking about greatness. Like, greatness. And you get to witness it firsthand. Like, that's history. You know what I mean? We've never seen a player average a triple-double two seasons. He did it. That's fucking history. Basketball has been around for a very long time. So whenever somebody makes actual history and not that ESPN bullshit where it's like, oh, he's the first player to have 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 turnovers. Nobody else has had that in the third quarter. No, I'm talking about legitimate history. Legitimate history. Yeah, and people just take it for granted. And it's ridiculous. But I'm looking at it. 46 points, 7 for 19 from 3, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Rest of the team, 45 points. If he don't shoot the 7 for 19, where the fuck do the points come from? Where do it come from? Somebody tell me, where does it come from? This is where Kevin Durant's statement about the blog boys and these stats, this is where it comes into play. All of this efficiency and these net ratings and his PER and plus minus shit. I understand some of that shit is important. Yes, it's very interesting to see if a guy is on the court, how much he hurts the team being on the floor versus how much they benefit from him not being on the court. That's very interesting to see a player. Oh, he played 35 minutes, and when he played in the game, the team was minus 12. They were worse with him. That's very interesting sometimes. But in some cases, man, at the end of the day, it's about basketball. It's a very simple sport. Basketball, out of all the sports, are the most simplest. You got guys, hockey, they ice skating while trying to put the puck in a fucking net. That you gotta ice skate and fucking do this. That's tough. Football is timing and precision. You got guys kicking the ball 70 feet. You got dudes running 4 threes while fucking quarterback got to look at the wide receiver running his route while paying attention to the DBs that's guarding the fucking receivers, and the safeties was helping the fucking DBs. Then he also has to watch the middle linebacker and see if they're blitzing or they're coveraging to help the rest of the secondary, while then also watching the defensive line to make sure nobody sacks him. So we know how difficult football is. And then baseball, you got guys who trying to hit a little ass white ball 400 feet out of the ballpark that's coming faster than a car. Guys are throwing a ball faster than a car. You got guys throwing 100-mile-per-hour pitch, and then in the very next pitch, they throwing a pitch to 80 miles per hour. Like, it's incredible. You got pitches curving. Literally, people making a ball curve and split, and you got to change. Like, so we know how difficult baseball is too. Basketball, man, dudes are freak athletes and they jumping out the gym, but it's also a sport where you can see a guy like Joe Ingles come in and succeed on a very good team. You know what I mean? A dude he's tall and things like that, but he don't have a 40-inch vert. You know what I mean? He not, this crazy built LeBron ass guy. He's just a good basketball player. You know what I mean? And that's what basketball can give you, because it's a very simple sport. Anybody can play it. We got big ass tall dudes who fucking uncoordinated playing. We got little ass small dudes who playing against big ass giants. Isaiah Thomas is an all-star at 5'9". We got Earl Boykins 5'5" playing Spud Webb, dunking and shit. Basketball is one of the most simplest sports. So all of that extra shit, this plus minus, all that shit goes out of the box. That efficiency shit, at the end of the day, you got to do whatever it takes to win. And that's exactly what Russell Westbrook brings to the game. It's a fire and a desire that you do not see in all of sports. I mean, the same shit everybody loves Tom Brady for, and his will to win and how he won't give up, is the same shit Russ do. Now, yeah, sometimes, Russ has a way of showing it that you might not like. And I'm not saying everybody needs to be a fan of Russell Westbrook, but it's just like the unfair criticism and the hate is just like uncalled for, and it's just mind-boggling how real basketball fans or people who consider themselves as basketball fans and basketball lovers can hate greatness like that. You know what I mean? Everybody won't win a championship. Everybody's not made to win a championship. You know what I mean? Allen Iverson is one of the most influential players in NBA history. You know what I mean? A fan favorite. Used to have the #1 sold jersey. Everybody had a fucking Iverson jersey at one point, and he never won a championship. You know what I mean? Charles Barkley never won a championship. Reggie Miller, one of the best shooters, never won a championship. It's just, everybody's not gonna be able to do that. You know what I mean? It's just not. And even the players that win, when you look at it, you know what I mean? Kobe, I love him, great, but he won with good teams and great other players. And I know, Russell Westbrook played with Durant and played with James Harden, but they didn't win a championship. And it's not all on Russell Westbrook, so for people to even make up that lie and try to pretend or portray that they didn't win the finals or that they failed because of Russell Westbrook is just delusional. You're just delusional, because Russell Westbrook didn't trade James Harden because he didn't want to pay him a couple extra million. Sam Presti did that. You know what I mean? That was the chip that knocked the rest of them down. That was the first domino for the domino effect. Because James Harden, when you have something organic as that, you don't trade that. And if you do, you don't trade it for Jeremy Lamb and Kevin Martin. What the fuck? That Russell Westbrook ain't do that. You know what I mean? When they were up 3-1 against the Warriors, and the Warriors came back and won after the 3-1, and Durant was having meltdowns, that wasn't Russell Westbrook's fault. Russell Westbrook was playing. He was always being himself. We know what we're going to get from Russell Westbrook. But all that uncharacteristic shit Kevin Durant did, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That wasn't Russell Westbrook's fault. You know, we blaming the 3-1 comeback or letdown or meltdown or choke. That's all on Russell Westbrook? Fuck out of here. All the times that the OKC were the #1 team in the league and they had injuries, whether it was Durant foot or the time Russell Westbrook got hurt from Patrick Beverly against the Rockets, you know what I mean? They had their times, and you know, it just didn't work out. Maybe it's not meant, you know what I mean? And I'm a believer that you can win the championship with Russell Westbrook. You can. It has to be orchestrated the right way. It's gonna take some good coaching, you know. It's gonna take a #2 like Paul George. Definitely, but it's gonna have to be damn near perfect. You have to orchestrate the perfect team around it. But I would build a team around Russell Westbrook any day of the week, any day. Man, going out there doing all this crazy shit, going out playing his ass off, and people got a problem with it. People find a way to nitpick, and then you got to do like Kawhi Leonard talking about his quad. Kawhi Leonard played 9 games, missed 73 games because of quad injury. I've never had a quad injury. I don't know what's going on with Kawhi. He could be seriously hurt. You know what I mean? But, you know, people who had quad injuries, and I know everybody's body different. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never heard nobody missing 73 games for a quad injury. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to question him. You know what I mean? That's no problem. We sweep that under the rug, you know? It's really crazy. But like I said, I'm standing here saying I'm with Russell Westbrook forever. You know what I mean? Any dude that's gonna run through a wall or do anything to win, I have no problem with that. It ain't always gonna be pretty. It won't always be perfect. I've never heard a problem with him being uncoachable. I've never heard a problem with him being a locker room problem. We've never heard any of those things about him. You know what I mean? Never, ever. He just plays with a ferociousness in the game that I can't blame him. Once you get him in that battle, it's no friends. You got to do anything to win. If you're not in this uniform, you are an enemy. That has to be the mindset. I am coming here to win. That is what I am paid millions of dollars to do, hundreds of millions of dollars to come here and win these games, and I'm gonna do everything I can in my power and my will to do that for these fans, for these people in this organization that's paying me, for my family, whoever. I'm coming to win these games, and then for myself. And that's all you can ask for as a fan of basketball. The rest, hey, I'll be the first to tell you, he's a hard guy to play with. But guess what? So is LeBron James. You know what I mean? Everybody's not easy. Kobe Bryant was a fucking headache. You think it was a walk in the park to play with Kobe? Come on now. Everybody got these flaws. But hey, you know, people gonna do what they want to do. I'm always gonna be on the Russell Westbrook train. I will build a team around him any day. Top 2 point guards in the league, if not one. It just depends on what you like. But nobody can look at me in my eyes and really give me legitimate reasons why Curry is better than Russell Westbrook. You can make a case for both. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with either. They're both 1A, 1B. It's about preference at that point. You know what I mean? Top 10 player in the league, current, you know, reigning MVP, triple-double king, whatever. Triple-doubles don't win games. If that was the case, he wouldn't have been in the playoffs the last 2 years. And he had home court advantage this year. It does win games. Stat pattern, false. I mean, you know what I mean? He's always been a guy that's been a stat sheet stuffer since he got in the league. He's always was getting games where he have, you know, 20-some points, 7 rebounds, 8. He's always been doing that. You know what I mean? His averages may not have been there because he was playing with a couple other great players. You know what I mean? James Harden wasn't on that level yet, but James Harden was getting his. And James Harden was a playmaker. He was getting assists. Kevin Durant would make a play or two, had the ball in his hands. He'd take away a couple of assists. Kevin Durant was a 7-8 rebounder guy per game type guy. He was snatching rebounds away from Russ. So now that you empty out that, more opportunities come. So the points are going to go up. The assists are going to go up. The rebounds are going to go up. All of that is going to go up with more opportunities. So, of course, the numbers are going up. But it's not like he was a guy that just used to average 2 rebounds and all of a sudden he's just getting 10 a game. You know what I mean? And plus, what he's doing makes sense. Saves time. Hey, no, y'all don't get that rebound. You just go. Steven Adams, you get your slow ass up the court while I get the rebound. And we gone. We already into our action. We don't need to pass. We don't got nobody trying to, deny the ball while I'm trying to get the outlet. Now Steven Adams got to dribble it. No. Take it to, no. Save as much time on the clock. We get right into our stuff and we gone. Simple as that. And plus, like I say, and my argument is this. When a score, whether it's Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, when those guys get heated up in a game and they get on fire and they start scoring, when they have 36 and they keep shooting to get 40, isn't that what you consider that stat pattern? Right? Because they're trying to get 40. If a guy knows he has 60, he's trying to get 70. Devin Booker was trying to get 70. When Klay was on fire, he was trying to get more points. That's what everybody is playing, and everybody is aware of stats. If I have 25 points, I need 5 more for 30. Duh. If I'm 2 rebounds away from a triple-double, duh. You know how many times Draymond Green has tried to get a triple-double? Because that's a part of the game. You play. Stats, winning. That's all goes hand in hand. Unfair criticism again. So, anybody that has that type of mindset towards Russell Westbrook has that hate. Ask yourself as a fan of basketball, if that's what you consider yourself, what's the real reason you hate him? What's the real criticism? What's the real issue? What's the real problem? Especially if you was one of these people after this game, just saying he was the reason. Because I don't know how a guy can put up 40-something points and be the reason, even if he did shoot 19 threes or 30-something shots. When you look at the rest of the box score, tell me who else should have took those shots. Everybody's calling Melo washed. You want him to take 20 shots a game and he's washed. Paul George was 2 for 16 and didn't want to shoot. And the time he did try to shoot to make a play, pump fake, Rudy Gobert fall up on him, there's no call. There's no call. So, I don't know. Y'all want, Josh, Hurtis or Houston to shoot 20 shots a game? You want Grant to shoot? I don't know. Incredible game from Donovan Mitchell. I enjoyed watching it. It was a great series. Had its ups and downs. Russell Westbrook is right here at the podium talking right now.
At the end of the game, just weren't able to make the run that we needed.
So it was good. Donovan Mitchell, tip my hat off for him. Incredible third quarter. Without that third quarter, they definitely don't win this game, especially with Ricky Rubio getting hurt. And besides the box score and his numbers and his points and all of that, I seen some good things that I took from that game, watching closely and being as detailed as I am when watching basketball. I took some things that really made me like him even more than I already did. He showed some good leadership qualities. Time and time throughout the game, I was seeing him pull guys to the side, whether it was Rudy Gobert making a dumb foul, whether, guys not taking the right shots or just doing things that they didn't need to do. I seen a rookie and Donovan Mitchell pulled him to the side and have an intense conversation with him. To get them right on the track because he knew how important this game was to win. And without Ricky Rubio, who's been playing basketball out of his mind, he stepped up to the occasion. So all in all, a good series. Still, as a basketball fan, take out Thunder, take out Jazz, take out who's playing, whatever. I just still feel like we were robbed by the officiating. You just got to let the players play. But you have to make the right calls. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if it's a goaltender, it's a goal. Even with the LeBron James play, a goaltender is a goaltender, no matter who it is. I know they got this superstar call type shit or whatever's going on. At the end of the day, if it's a travel, it's a travel. No matter if it's LeBron James or motherfucking Raymond Felton. If he takes too many steps, it's a travel. If it's a foul for Harden, it's a foul for Brindis. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? A foul is a foul. It shouldn't matter who's the name. Oh, let me look at the back of your jersey. Oh, he was an all-star. Okay, that's a foul. I don't know who that guy is. He's a rookie. No foul for him. No foul. That's not how basketball is played. Foul is a foul, travel is a travel, call a call, and we need that to be implemented and placed into the NBA and just solidified. That's just that. That's just what it needs to be. But all in all, good shit. Russell, still rolling with you, Brody. As I watch you on TV, still gonna have my support. But Big Stacks presents Pee Wee the Plug, #1 Knicks fan. I'm out. Hope y'all have a great rest of the playoffs until I speak on what the next situation that happened. I don't know. I'm just done with the playoffs as far as right now. I'm exhausted with this first round. I'm just ready to get to the second round. Like I said, it hurts to be robbed of good basketball and a potential great series, a game 7. Oh my gosh, you don't know if Ricky Rubio was gonna play. Back all in, win to go home between these two teams. Crazy. Donovan Mitchell, get your ass a playbook, study it, learn how to coach in the NBA, or go back to college because I don't know. Big Stacks out.
Porzingis again! That brought the crowd to their feet.